What is up, guys? Josh Plays back at it again with another Battlefield 1 video, here today to show off to you all the new classes, weapons, and gadgets within the game. This is the Deluxe Edition Early Access. We had the Assault class, Medic class, Support class, Scout class, Pilot class used in planes, Tanker in tanks, Cavalry on horses, and Elite classes, which I'll be getting into a little later. They're pretty special. First off, we do have the Assault class. Up here on top is a list of the higher grade shotguns. The way this video is going to be formatted, I will be showing you the guns, scrolling down so you can see the stats and you can base your decisions on what gun is best for you off of those depending on your play style. Well, you'll see as we go through these different variations of the same exact gun. Like here we have the MP18 experimental, but then we'll be moving on here to the MP18 trench. You're just going to see slight variations in stats with different types of each of the different guns having different perks and different specific stats. And that was a little drawn out, but you get the gist. Over here we have the Automatica, which many of you know as the assault rifle with the magazine sticking straight up in the air, blocking your field of view. Here's the Hellriegel, which is actually the latest gun you get. You have to be assault level 10, I think it is, to be able to unlock that gun. And it takes a while, but like I said, here's some more shotguns, kind of lower grade shotguns. And we're going to be moving on here to the sidearms. Most of the sidearms for most of the classes are pretty similar, but here, like I said, I'm going to be showing you them, scrolling down so you can see the stats, and moving on. In here you also might notice that I do have a couple extra guns that maybe some of you will whenever you do get the game, and that is because with the version of the game that I got, with the early access, season pass, etc., I also got the Hellfighter pack, which gave me access to special guns like the Hellfighter M1911, which I think you're about to see right... yeah, right there. There it is. Anyway, and once again, you can be pausing this video whenever you want, looking at each of these stats. List all those pistols. In this class you have the anti-tank mines, you have dynamite, you have the AT rocket gun, and the anti-tank grenade. For any details you can obviously read underneath. For grenades we have the incendiary grenade, we have the frag grenades, the gas grenade, the impact grenade, like I said, the incendiary, but we restarted back at the beginning. We have the light anti-tank grenade, the smoke grenade, and the mini grenade. And once again, like I said, for each of those descriptions, just look there. And then here's just the assorted different melee weapons you can use, each all doing basically the same thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure all doing the exact same thing. Some apparently have more damage than others, but I'm not sure what exactly that would go against, considering it is one knife kill against most enemies. But I guess some heavily armored ones, there might be a little difference there. I haven't personally tested it against anyone like a sentry or anything like that. But of course you could always see. Could also be used in things such as destruction of the map or anything like that, I assume. Maybe the higher damage counts do attest to that. Moving on to the medic class, you're going to see a lot more rifle variety in this instead of just shotguns and assault rifles. Like I said, you're just looking at these different guns, scrolling down, there's stats. This video might seem really boring, and really, it kind of is, but it's just for those of you who want to see the guns, want to see the stats, so you can see before the game comes out which specific weapons you're going to be wanting to choose to go and fight in that battlefield. Just scrolling through here, continuing on through all these weapons. Remember, feel free to pause at any point to look at any of these stats, because I know I am speeding up as I go through. And moving on from there to the sidearms. Very similar sidearms, but what you might see is that some select sidearms are going to be taken out in different classes, so they don't all carry over, but most do. And I'm actually going to point something out here in a second. This, we're about to get to it. Oh, actually not in this class. So that's an example. There is a revolver. I was going to say it is the strongest revolver in this game, strongest pistol, highest damage count, which is my preference. I'm a fan of high damage, but it's in another class and I'll show you there. Here we have the medical syringe, the medical crate, the rifle grenade SMK, and the bandage pouch, and I forgot what the other one was. Oh, the rifle grenade, FRG. You can always go ahead and look at the descriptions for that, but just for time's sake, because I already know this is going to be a long video, I'm going to leave that up to you guys pausing to look at that. Here's the assorted grenades. You can go ahead and look at those as we go. Pretty similar to the other classes with slight variations. And then the melee does seem to always stay the same throughout all of the classes. So as I said, feel free to look through those as you please, rewind, pause, whatever you need to do, but I'm just going to save some time on going through all those, since I already have before. On to support, these are going to be the powerhouse of your squad. The support, they are specialized in heavy machinery, heavy weapons. The LMGs are all in this class. Some really heavy guns to do some massive damage against the enemy team. Like I said, just going through here, you can go ahead and make your own opinions on each of these guns. Look at those stats as I go through and decide which one seems best for you. And in this class, you're also going to see that pistol that I did talk about previously, which is the heaviest of the revolver. I think it's called the Gasser revolver, and it is going to be the strongest sidearm that you are able to hold, other than the special sidearm that you can get in the elite classes. And looky there, it's actually not in this, but if I do remember correctly, it was in the assault class. So just so you know, the Gasser revolver is a very powerful revolver that you can use in the assault class as the strongest secondary, other than the sawed-off shotgun that you can use in the elite classes. And as we continue, these are the gadgets. I'm sorry I kind of talked over it there, but you could have seen them as we went by. I'm not going to use more time to explain it. And here are the grenades, all the different grenade types: gas grenade, impact grenade, incendiary grenade, light anti-tank grenade, smoke grenade, and the mini grenade. Very similar amongst the classes as well as the melee. And as you see, I'm going to be going fast through these things because they are repeat. You can use this time to refresh and look at them another time, or you can just be like me and just wait on through it, skip ahead to the next class here, which we are moving on to Scout. Scout is the long-ranged class that you can use with the snipers, the long rifles, anything like that. You start out with one that is actually one of the highest statted rifles here. You just passed it there, which is the only one that you start out with that actually has a scope. Obviously, you only start out with 2, and I'm pretty sure you only actually start out with 1 if you don't have the Hellfighter expansion or DLC or whatever. And here is the one that you would get in the Hellfighter, if I am correct. Otherwise, everyone will be able to go ahead and get that, but I think it is only for Hellfighter. And as we navigate back to Scout, we're going to be moving back into the sidearms, which once again are going to be very similar to most of the other classes, but you can spot the little differences that there are between each of them, but for the most part they will remain very similar, quite the same. The snipers do have tripwire bombs. They have the flare gun for spot and the flare gun flash, both with different abilities. The K-bullets, tripwire bomb, HE, you could look into what that means. The trench scope, the sniper shield, and the sniper decoy, all of which really useful in this class, as well as the tripwire bomb that emits gas. And for grenades, we do have the frag grenade once again, gas grenade, impact grenade, incendiary grenade, light anti-tank, smoke grenade, and mini grenade. Very similar to each of the rest once again. I'm going to run real quick through these melee weapons because we have already seen them, but just in case anyone wants to see them, they are there. I want to provide as much information as I can. This is the pilot class with the special weapons that the pilot is equipped with, including these little sawed-off shotgun, things like that. All of these special weapons that you are able to carry being a pilot operating the plane and being within the plane, including the P06 as a sidearm, as well as many other classes, the flare gun as a gadget, as well as the mechanic wrench and the frag grenade, and using only the basic survival knife as the melee weapon. When you get to tanker, you have very similar weapons to the pilot, if not exactly the same. I didn't look specifically into it. However, when you get to sidearms, it's going to be the same, but when you move on to gadgets, you're going to have an anti-tank grenade instead of the other class, but they had the flare gun, and same grenade, frag grenade, and the same survival knife. When you move on to cavalry, the horseback riding soldiers, that would be the Russian 1895 infantry as the solo weapon that they have, and another P06 as the pistol sidearm. The stats I just showed you there for the rifle, and here's the stats for the P06. And when you get into gadgets, they have bandage pouches as medics do, and ammo pouches as support does, as well as the light anti-tank grenades, so they can do quick ride-bys and throw those at the tanks. And here, with the elite classes, we do have the MG0815, the gun that the elite sentry class will receive upon random pickup within any of your matches. I'll go more into detail of that later. Here is the flamethrower, otherwise known as the Wex, that you'll get with the flamethrower elite class. The tank Gewehr, which is a rifle that's able to take down tanks and heavy machinery very easily, and then the sawed-off shotgun you're able to use actually as a sidearm instead of a primary with other classes. And for gadgets, they can either use the trench periscope, the anti-tank grenade, and for grenades, the light anti-tank grenade, the incendiary grenade, the frag grenade, and for the survival knife for the melee. And to go more into detail on how the elite classes come about, I'm going to be uploading another video very soon just explaining that entire process and how it all works, because it does get a little confusing and it's not very well explained in the game. So just be looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that this video provided any of the information on the new classes that you may have been looking for. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.